We have need and we have health. Let's look at health first.
A state free of injury or illness, a person's mental or physical condition. Used to express friendly feelings towards one's companion before drinking. For example, to your good health. Who says that?
Okay, so health is more than just eating well, exercising, and maybe meditating. There's actually 9 aspects to being healthy. And as for needs, let's have a look at the hierarchy of needs that psychologist Maslow has created.
Food and water, shelter and safety or housing, belonging or community, esteem from others or prestige, self-esteem, independent empowerment. Oh, I never know how to pronounce that word.
Self-actualization, which is actually a never-ending journey. And all those different levels have to continuously be met to reach that highest state. Why? To be free from mental and physical stress, and so be healthy. This is our physical condition and being free of injury or illness. And in these times, it can be as simple as, have you had your 2 or 3 balanced meals? Are you eating some vegetables? Are you working out and exercising, or at least moving your body? A person's mental state. This is where we think about reaching out to people, having that virtual coffee break, doing some yoga, breathing exercises. And if you're really struggling, reach out to a coach or a therapist. Relationships with a partner, family, friends, colleagues, your community. What needs work? Who haven't you spoken to in a while? Which relationship needs some attention, or less attention, or healing, or fixing? And this always starts with you. What's going on with you? What is your responsibility in the way it is right now? What can you do about it? Now, this is a tricky one in the current situation. It normally refers to both singles and people in a committed relationship, because either way, you can have a sex life, right? If you are in that relationship, you can now fully take the time and the space to express what it is that you want, and be clear on what it is your partner needs and wants. You can experiment new things, you can have some dedicated playtime, and just get to know each other on a new level. Because the one thing that you have at this moment is more time. And for singles, now might be a good opportunity to really get to know someone without the thought of getting naked being in your head. In these tender times, who still talks? And maybe, just maybe, you can create a connection without seeing each other. I was told about this program on Netflix. Have you noticed how I like to talk about the body, the mind, relationships and sex? It's my favorite. This can be whatever you make it. Being creative has so many benefits. It promotes your cognitive skills, independent thinking, problem solving, and emotional development. And it can help you to communicate your feelings when you don't feel like talking. Whatever your beliefs, spirituality, or religion, work on that connection. Because remember when I talked about the highest state being self-actualization? Spiritual people self-actualize because their sense of purpose and their belief in themselves is strong. The next 2 aspects are so important in the overall concept of being healthy. And I'm sure you can imagine that when these 2 things are out of balance, a lot of stress creeps into your body and your mind. And I do realize that not everybody is blessed with a steady stream of income at the moment, which can be the most stressful thing ever. First of all, because we need to pay our bills. But probably your job also gives you a sense of purpose. So there's 2 things to look at here. Can you get your money in a different way than you're used to? Can you get your sense of purpose out of something else? This last one might also be a very straightforward aspect of health, but we don't always realize how important it is, especially if you live in a big city. This is all about spending time in nature, having clean air and water, and avoiding toxins and heavy metals. And in these lockdown times, if you are lucky enough to be allowed to go outside once a day to exercise, take advantage of that. Go and get some fresh air, some vitamin D. Now guys, it's not about having every aspect at a 10 out of 10, but about balance between all of them. If one improves, it might have an effect on others too. Or look at it in another way. If 1 or 2 pillars are down, Like, for example, in these times when we might not have a job or our finances might be down, we can look at all the other aspects that need some work and keep our focus there. Can you get your mind right to work on all of this? Or maybe one of them. Can you get some value out of this time at home? And value can be anything. You might not be earning any money, but you have more time to learn a new skill. You might not be close to your loved ones, but can you make time to virtually connect or give some attention to that relationship that needs it? Or maybe you can figure out what it is that you need to heal from and take that time to do just that. But remember, you don't have to do anything. This is just my tip to think about how you can get something out of this time, and any time for that matter, to feel like you've gained something and be prepared for whatever is coming next.